So now we have BH curve experimental setup model. The setup, the circuit diagram. What we can see here, we have the setup, and then we also have your CRO, the cathode ray oscilloscope, using which we are going to trace our hysteresis curve or your BH curve. And then, going back to your manual, the aim of the experiment is to study the initial magnetization curve of the given ferrite pot core transformer. So your ferrite material is inside this, placed between primary and secondary of the transformer, and to find the value of B and H of the given material. So we need to find the value of H, we need to find the value of B. So now here, going by your circuit connections, we need to measure the primary current across the source resistor. So you can see there the CRO is connected across source resistor. Now here, coming back to your CRO, we have two channels. We have Y channel as well as X channel. To start with, we will choose Y channel. Okay, so we choose your Y channel. We will choose this channel. We will choose Y channel, channel 1, and put it across source resistor. We need primary current. Source resistor is 1 ohm. So applying Ohm's law across source resistor, V is equal to IR. Source resistor value is 1 ohm. So V is equal to I. So I will get my primary current across the primary coil. So I have connected your channel 1, Y channel, across your source resistor. And then the supply voltage, as mentioned in your tabular column, is 8 volts. So we have set it around 8 volts. Now the adjustments in your CRO, here we are not using this X channel. Okay, so keep this to maximum. Keep this to maximum, and then keep this time to maximum. Keep this time to maximum. Then this exterior, ulterior inverter, these channels, these tabs you need not use. There is X position control, there is Y position control to move the signal on the display screen along X axis and along Y axis. Now, once your time is set to maximum, and then your channel X, the variation of the amplitude is also set to maximum value. Now here we will keep it at some particular value. Now you have the option of setting it to the desired value, but the signal which is appearing on the screen should be measurable. So what we do, we need to make it stationary to make the measurement. So I will use your XY tab so that the signal becomes stationary. Okay. Now I will set the amplitude. So if I vary the amplitude here using this knob, so the height of your signal varies. So I'm measuring peak to peak voltage. So you have to set the voltage in such a way, using this voltage control, in such a way that your signal should be within the display. So now I have set it at around 0.5 volts, and I will measure the peak to peak amplitude. So I will measure this peak to peak distance and then multiply with the volts per division here. So that will give me your primary current. So you have peak to peak voltage across RS in your tabular column. You have peak to peak voltage across RS. We have connected your channel 1 Y across RS. We have used XY mode. So your X channel in maximum, your time per division is in maximum. This voltage control knob you can vary. Okay, so I can vary this. So accordingly your signal amplitude also will vary. So now once it is, you find that it is stationary. Okay, I'll measure this peak to peak divisions. So now here, using this Y position control and this X position control, I can bring it along the origin and I can measure your, so it is 1, 2, around 3 into 0.5. So 3 into 0.5, that will be your primary current. Since voltage itself is current because of the value of Rs being 1 and we have applied Ohm's law, this voltage, whatever you're going to measure, that itself will be your primary current. Okay. So next we need voltage. So that will give you your IRMS. So you can substitute in your formula H is equal to NP IRMS by L, and you can calculate your magnetizing force. Next you want voltage across C. So what I'm going to do is just remove this, put it across capacitor. I've just removed from RS the same channel, the same wires. I'll put it across capacitor. You can see again, I'm going to measure the peak to peak voltage across capacitor here. Now again, you can set it at any range. Now it was at 0.5. It's slightly difficult to measure it from your display. So I'll just change the range now. Now I have put it to around 1 volt. So then I can measure again, bring it to a comfortable position using your position controls, measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 boxes here, 4 into volts. The volts we have set it at around 1 volt. So 4 into 1 volts. That will be your peak to peak voltage here. And then once you find that, you find the RMS value, you can find your B. So this is how we are going to do perform your BH curve experiment. That is for the first part of measuring H and B values. Next, you need to trace this hysteresis. Now, how we are going to trace this hysteresis? Now, we will be using both the channels. The first, what we have used, the channel 1 Y, we will put it across primary coil. I'll put this across primary coil. Now I'm going to use the other channel as well. I'm going to use your channel 2X as well. Put it across capacitor in the secondary part. And then we need to set these amplitudes. Earlier we had an option of setting it to the desired range where we used to get the signal within the display range. But now we will set this Y to 5 volts and X to 1 volt. So once you set it to the respective values, we will get it. This is flipped. So I will just reverse the connections across your capacitor. So you will get your hysteresis curve on your display. So we will just copy down into your graph. We will mark your x-intercept. We will mark the y-intercepts as well as the x-intercepts. And then we will note down your saturation values onto your graph sheet and trace accordingly your hysteresis loop.